Hello everyone, my name is Atisha Jain and today I will be discussing the role of a supply chain analyst, which is one of the most important role in modern supply chain. As we all know, in the growing world it is very crucial for a supply chain person to do so. So if I talk about a supply chain analyst role, it is responsible for analyzing, monitoring and improving the supply chain operation of an organization. You have to deal with the raw material production management, warehousing, transportation and all these, which covers the whole supply chain process, as it starts from the consumer when the consumer places the order and ends with the consumer when it receives the order. So in today's global business environment, companies rely heavily on data driven decision making and supply chain data that provides insight which can improve supply chain performance. Industries such as e-commerce, manufacturing, retail, they depends on supply chain analysts to optimize their operations. If I talk about the key role and responsibilities, supply chain analysts perform several responsibilities within an organization. If I talk about some of them, it includes they just analyze large volume of operation data which relates to inventory level, transportation cost, and delivery time analyzing, which helps them to provide accuracy and efficiency. If I talk about one more responsibility, it is responsible for inventory management. Inventory management. Inventory management, because inventory management is a very crucial and very difficult part. Many companies invest more on supply chain analyst workers that can manage their inventory, as it's a very crucial step and very difficult step. If I talk about another responsibility, it involves cost optimization, like transportation and warehousing, as well as various supply chain includes some expenses which are day to day. Maybe like if I talk about the transportation cost, it includes the route optimization cost, which saves the time. Talk about the warehousing, there's the aisles and the day to day workers shifts and it all the basic types of costs that the supply chain analyst will handle that. If I talk about what are the skills if you required if you want to be a supply chain analyst, you just require the one of the most important skill is that you have to know how to analyze a complex supply chain data and you have to know that how to identify these their patterns and trend as well. If I talk about another skills, you have to require how to solve the operational bottlenecks, as they are the crucial ones. And if I talk about various technical skills, you have to know Microsoft Excel, because it helps in analyzing of data to find the solution. So and Tableau, Power BI, so these types of computer like skills are required if you want to be a supply chain analyst. And if I talk about the ERP system like SAP, S4HANA, they are required to handle the data and to integrate all the supply chain stakeholders involved. And some skills which are top up of required are communication, better decision making skills, as it's a crucial part of a leader to motivate their mentors. And if I talk about the KPIs, the key performance indicators, one of the key performance indicators is inventory turnover, because it measures how company efficiently manage their inventory and how they turn up their inventory as quickly as possible, which gives them a competitive advantage. And one of the most important KPI is transportation cost, like how a supply chain analyst able to reduce the transportation cost, warehousing cost and all of that. One of the most another KPI is stock out rate, which is how often products are unavailable when the customers demand them. As if a person A demanded the goods, it should be received by him or her as soon as possible, to reduce the bottlenecks and to avoid the backlogs, which helps the company to gain reputation and to grow in the future. So many companies like Deloitte, Unilever, Tata Group, and P&G, which is a Procter and Gamble, they hire supply chain analysts to manage their complex operations. As supply chain analyst is the one who have the whole responsibility to handle the supply chain process. So, which if I talk about with experience, what are the roles supply chain analysts will get? They will promoted to supply chain manager, professional, senior supply chain manager, and finally the director or chief operational manager of the supply chain. So if I cover the whole point, in conclusion, I want to tell you that the role of a supply chain is very crucial for improving efficiency, because it helps in reducing operation cost, ensuring smooth and working environment. And with the help of data analysis, a supply chain analyst can help organization achieve competitive advantage and deliver better value to the customer. So thank you.